Chapter 1: First Contact and First Sparks. The salty Pacific air whipped Amelia Hernandez's hair across her face as she surveyed the wreckage. It wasn't exactly the colossal squid she'd hoped to find during her late-night research dive, but this was definitely unusual. A sleek, silver capsule, half buried in the sand, pulsed with a faint, ethereal blue light. The smell, however, was undeniably alien. A peculiar blend of ozone and something vaguely floral, like a spaceship had crashed into a lavender field. Amelia, a marine biologist with a penchant for the bizarre and a healthy disregard for safety regulations, cautiously approached. The capsule shuddered, a low hum vibrating through the sand. A section hissed open, revealing him. He was tall, impossibly slender, with skin the color of a twilight sky shimmering with an inner light. 6 long, elegant fingers graced each hand. His eyes, large and expressive, widened as he took in Amelia, his gaze lingering a moment longer than strictly scientifically appropriate. "Greetings," he said, his voice a melodic baritone that seemed to resonate in Amelia's chest. The words, however, were utterly incomprehensible. Amelia blinked. Hi? Are you okay?" She gestured vaguely at the wrecked capsule. "Because you seem to have had a bit of a landing." He tilted his head, his iridescent skin shifting subtly. "My translation matrix, malfunctioning. Environmental parameters, unstable." He pointed a slender finger, adorned with what looked like tiny, glowing gemstones, towards the ocean. "Salinity, unacceptable." Amelia chuckled. "Salinity? Honey, you're on the California coast. The ocean's pretty salty here. It's practically brine." She thought for a moment. "Are you an alien?" He blinked again, this time seeming genuinely surprised. "Affirmative. Xylos. Planet Xylos. Kepler 186f system." He paused, then added with a slight frown, "My name. Xylar." Amelia fought back a grin. "Amelia. Nice to meet you, Xylar. From Kepler's 186f. That's impressive. So, any chance you packed a spare translation device? Or maybe a survival kit that doesn't involve spontaneously combusting on contact with seawater?" Xylar's brow furrowed. "Negative. Trajectory, unforeseen. Impact, significant." He winced dramatically, touching a hand to his head. "Currently experiencing mild existential dread." Amelia found herself unexpectedly charmed. "Well, existential dread is a classic symptom of alien spaceship crashes. Don't worry, I have some very strong coffee back at the lab. And maybe some chamomile tea, if the existential dread is particularly persistent. You wouldn't happen to have any interesting bioluminescent properties, would you?" she asked, leaning closer, her curiosity outweighing her professional boundaries. Suddenly, Xylar's skin began to glow with an intense, pulsating blue light. The effect was breathtaking, utterly mesmerizing. It started subtly, like the first shimmer of dawn, then intensified, bathing the beach in an otherworldly luminescence. Amelia gasped, completely captivated. From the nearby town, terrified screams echoed. "UFO! It's a UFO," a voice yelled, followed by the frantic blare of police sirens. Xylar, startled by the reaction, stumbled back, his glow flickering erratically. "I apologize. Unintended side effect." He looked at Amelia, his big eyes wide with a mixture of concern and something that looked suspiciously like amusement. "Perhaps less light next time," he whispered, his voice now tinged with a soft, almost flirtatious undertone. Amelia felt a strange shiver, a mixture of awe and an unexpected surge of attraction. This was definitely going to be an interesting assignment. And possibly, a very interesting night. Chapter 2: Cultural Clash and Bioluminescent Blunders. The next morning, the small coastal town of Seabrook was abuzz. Not with the usual gossip about the local fishing competition, but with the bioluminescent alien invasion that had lit up their night. Amelia, sporting dark circles under her eyes from a night spent reassuring a bewildered Xyla and dodging increasingly frantic phone calls from her superiors, found herself at the center of a media frenzy. Her boss, Dr. Albright, a perpetually stressed man whose hair seemed to be fleeing from his scalp in all directions, burst into the lab, waving a newspaper headline proclaiming, "Alien Invader Turns Town Blue." "Hernandez," he roared, "explain yourself." "An alien? Bioluminescence? This isn't in the grant proposal." Amelia, ever the unflappable scientist, calmly pointed at Xyla, who was attempting to make toast using a complex array of what looked suspiciously like alien technology. "He's from Kepler's 186F. Had a bit of a navigational mishap. The bioluminescence is a side effect of his mating rituals." She added the last part quietly, feeling a blush creep up her neck. Dr. Albright's eyes bulged. "Mating rituals? Are you suggesting that he's trying to?" He stammered, looking utterly horrified. Xyla, oblivious to the mounting tension, accidentally overloaded the toaster, causing a small, but spectacular, bioluminescent explosion of sparks and burnt bread. The lab filled with the slightly singed aroma of burnt toast and a faint, sweet, almost intoxicating scent emanating from Xyla. "The toaster malfunctioning," Xyla stated calmly, cleaning up the resulting mess with a remarkable dexterity despite his 6 fingers. "Earth technology, less refined." Amelia stifled a giggle. "Yeah, our toasters aren't exactly known for their intergalactic compatibility." The real problem, however, wasn't the toaster. It was the water. Xyla, unable to tolerate the salinity of the tap water, had attempted to adjust the town's water supply to his preferred level. The result? The entire town's water now glowed with a faint, otherworldly blue. "This," Dr. Albright groaned, his face turning a shade of green that rivaled Xyla's skin, "is beyond a PR nightmare. It's a bioluminescent ecological disaster. We need to neutralize this immediately." Amelia, however, saw a different angle. "Actually, Doctor, I've done a quick analysis. The bioluminescence is harmless, even slightly beneficial. It's rich in antioxidants." Dr. Albright looked at her like she'd sprouted a second head. "Antioxidants? Hernandez, we have glowing water. The EPA is going to descend on us like a flock of angry seagulls." Xyla, sensing the mounting distress, offered a solution, his voice tinged with concern. "I propose a trade. Information regarding advanced Xylo's technology in exchange for assistance with environmental adjustments. And, perhaps, toast that doesn't explode." He added the last part with a shy smile, his eyes meeting Amelia's across the room. Amelia's heart did a little skip. This wasn't just a scientific marvel, this was a bizarre, glowing, intergalactic romance waiting to happen.